They did the same thing to my people. So that you said they were good to my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole with never expected to grow. This hustle from Santa Road, with a resort of telling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's never was known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. The claim that I'm lazy be killing me, maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me, and let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your hunters, my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog.
Check. Can y'all hear me?
Con, we get you, sir. Can you hear us in Durham?
Con, I can hear you in Durham.
Con, you hear us in Charlotte, sir?
Con, the water. He in Charlotte. Who else we got on here?
That's it for the moment, sir.
Most High in Christ. Hold on, Salaki, I can give me a minute, Baba Show. We're gonna get to it. Everybody to her.
Con.
Okay, sir. Con.
All right. No, I'll put it right here. That's it. I got the thing be busting. All right, clap it up. Get a Lord a hand, man. Most High in Christ. Once again, with the I.S.U.P.K. Thought out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Operate under Commander Junior Hunter. We're not affiliated with anyone. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. We have classes all across the nation. We have classes in large cities here in North Carolina. We got Durham, Charlotte, Kannapolis. You have Fayetteville. You got Goldsboro. You got brothers in Greensboro. So if you're tuning in for the first time online, feel free to just Google I.S.U.P.K, North Carolina, Durham, Fayetteville, Charlotte, Goldsboro, and I'm quite sure that we'll pop up on the screen. We are doing the work of the Lord in this, and it shows because we see the amount of brothers and sisters that are actually waking up to the truth of this world. They may find themselves out there in Kemet, you know what I'm saying, Christianity, religions of the world, but our people are really beginning to look at the leaders and the issues that they say that they have under control and realizing that they do not have any control. Right. We're realizing that, guess what? Money, having a lot of money, it's not fixing us. You understand? Having a lot of connections is not fixing us. Trying to get along with the oppressor, it is not fixing us. You understand? We're seeing that, guess what? There has to be a certain code of conduct for men to live by to really fix our issues. And without having that code of conduct, then we'll just be a perpetual cycle of destruction in our communities, in our neighborhoods, and throughout our generations. And Commander Junior Hunter has given us charge to hit these streets and put a screeching halt to all the bull crap that's out there in the earth, man. And the brothers that's in the I.S.U.P.K all across this world, they are doing a phenomenal job, man. Doing a hell of a job, man. And all this come up under the power and the strength of the Most High, man. His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. And we do these things, man, and we learn to do this, carry this sword and not be afraid. Not walk around and with your head down and saying you're Israelite. We say it proud. We stand up, we say Kum Yashala. We know what time it is. But our people have to really begin to see, like, wait a minute. The people that are out in the world, they need the help. They need this truth so we can get out of this hell, brother. Shalom. Most High in Christ. So I'm gonna try to hold this thing down in the spirit of Most High in Christ. Captain 13,000. I thought come in here and rock it, and get Lord willing, he'll be able to take your questions. You know what I'm saying, when he come in. But everybody be going crazy about Kanye West. What did anybody know the story on Kanye West about the whole white lives? What, the White Lives Matter?
Salakia, sir. The White Lives Matter was old news. Kanye West dropped a bombshell this morning.
Come on with it.
Apparently, Kanye West got pissed off and fed up.
Hold on, Salakia. Can y'all hear my brother Kawal?
We can hear.
Okay.
Apparently, Kanye West pissed off the Viacom and the fake Jews. He said he's getting sick and tired. Matter of fact, let me read this quote. I think I screenshot.
Yeah, go. Let's go ahead and get it. See what it say.
This joker said, let me see where we at. I'll go right here at Google. It pretty much, I'm paraphrasing. He said that he gonna bring DEFCON 3 to all the to the Jewish people because they done worked his last nerve. I guess he's feeling the crunch of, he's very manic depressive anyway, but he's feeling the crunch of all the influence about the White Lives Matter, who's censoring him, the Gap deal, all this stuff. He knows Kanye West is aware who runs the earth. He knows it's the so-called Amalek. And he said he wishes DEFCON 3 to all the fake Jews. Cool. And that just stirred uproar. So not only did his Facebook and Twitter and Instagram get clipped, they suspended him. So they silenced him like they did Trump, just for that comment. So
what it goes to show is the work that Commander Junior Hunter and the I.S.U.P.K have been doing. Then when we say our prayers, open up the internet and the airways, then guess what? It must be happening, y'all.
Right.
It's happening because Kanye West, 5 years ago, he was so far up in Kim K derriere. He didn't know up from down. All of a sudden, he like you say, he's beginning to see. Wait a minute. Go ahead.
And on top of that, he also went on to say that, but the Jews are black, and that pissed them all off.
God.
So they're all the Weinsteins and Joan Rivers and whoever else, Goldbergs, they're highly upset about these comments that Kanye West made. And he said he was going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. He said also that you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball me, and anyone whoever oppresses your agenda. You know what I'm saying? He was pretty much talking about all these groups and high places that trying to silence him and give him a hard time.
Somebody tell me this for everybody out there listening. As a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, right? You can be a Christian and nobody will ever say anything to you. You can be a Muslim and nobody will ever say anything against you. You can be a Jehovah Witness and nobody will say anything against you. You could be a Mormon and nobody will say anything against you. Why is it that when you say that, guess what? The Jews are black, not by my account, but for them to even call themselves black, you have to go into the records that we call the Bible to even, solidify yourself as being called a Jew or being Jewish. So if we're going to go by the definition that's actually in the biblical text, you know what I'm saying? The Jews of antiquity are the Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is history. But why is it that we're not allowed to call ourselves the true children of God? What is that about? When we talk about fitting the biblical curses that's in the book of Deuteronomy and the characteristics that's in Genesis 49, if you look at us and you understand the conditions of what we deal with from day to day, we are that. Come on, Kawal.
And also, this is the part that really pissed him off. I quote, all right, this is what Kanye West said, and I quote.
Now, notice, now, listen up, YouTubers out there. Don't mess up the algorithm out there. We doing a hell of a job with waking up our people. My brother just said, quote, you know what I'm saying? Right. Quoting what Kanye West said. Go ahead.
This is from the ABC News, and I quote, Kanye West's Twitter account blocked after offensive tweet aimed at Jewish community. I already told you he said DEFCON 3, right? Now, he goes on to say this. This is the part that really pissed all of them off. And I quote, the funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. The rapper wrote this and then deleted the post. And the funny thing is, ABC News is one of the only forefronts that added in the quote about the black people part. Everybody else took it down because they didn't want to even put that in the minds of black folks.
Opened up the internet,
right?
And that way, cable access channels. Akim, y'all keep putting the boots on the oppressor's neck, man. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, brother. I'm telling you, it's working. And I'm gonna tell you, here go the other part. When you think about Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, and what we're doing is so significant in the earth. The amount of brothers that are coming to us and asking us, what about this? What about that? What's Commander Junior Hunter's stance on this? What the I.S.U.P.K? Do y'all see the amount of work Captain Tazariak is putting in out there on what's that, Clubhouse? Y'all brothers and sisters are crushing it all over the goddamn globe, man. Give yourselves a hand, man. You know what I mean? Brothers and sisters keeping the Days of Atonement, Memorial, blowing of the trumpets, Feast of Tabernacles. What y'all are beginning to do, we're beginning to do what our fathers used to do, man. So that's what we're gaining real strength. We gain real strength by keeping the traditions of our father. We get weaker and weaker every time we talk about celebrating the 4th of July. And how do you know that? Because somebody dying or getting they got their fingers blown off by fireworks. But when we talk about celebrating Passover, we have fireworks and all the brothers leave out of there with 10 of them. Huh? Everybody, right? Ain't nobody wig getting caught on fire. Huh? Because we doing it in the name of the Lord. We at the Passover. Imagine being at the Passover and you know it's a cloud over the sky. You see clearly that it should be raining, but not one drop fall out the goddamn sky. Clearly, a brother that used to sell dope, he got phone numbers in his phone. He deleting his phone, changing his phone number, right? Because he becoming a new man. He putting that man to death. That sister that used to do all kind of promiscuous things, she cleaning herself up to prepare herself for one man. So when you see a brother like Kanye West, that so-called he done been in limos with some of the finest designers. You understand? He done been in some of the nicest houses and all the you see how all the names that he dropping, all the people he's been around. And with all that money, he realized that guess what? I still can't say and do whatever the hell I want to do. And that's based on what man says, what you can and what you can't do. Well, Kanye West, I have a message for you, Baba Kusha. It's coming out of the I.S.U.P.K. If you come into school and change your life, it doesn't matter what man says and what man says you can and can't do. The Most High gonna give you exactly your orders of what you can and what you can't do. And it start with keeping the law, statutes, and commandments first, Kanye West. It starts there first. And it's hard to go to war when you don't understand who the enemy is. Our people are beginning to see who the real enemy is. Let me get the book of anything else on that, Kawal?
Not really. Just his comments about the Jews. Black people can't be anti-Semitic because we are Jews. He said we're Jews also, and Black Twitter is actually it's different. Some Black Twitter is starting to tap into the Jews being black and tying parallels to when Nick Cannon said the same thing. They're bringing up the old problem when Nick Cannon got canceled. Now they're starting to sniff around a little bit. They're starting to say, is there any truth to these people on the street corner? Yeah. Black Twitter is actually, they investigate everything. And last thing, for them to cancel what Kanye West said, there's porn all over Twitter. Yeah. There's sadistic, demonic. They teach you how to make bomb. Everything's on Twitter, but you cancel Kanye West's Twitter for making an honest statement. For words. Yeah, for being upset and making honest. It's ridiculous. Why can't you just say like Kanye West is? Why don't they do what they did the last time when he had that ramble? He's going off the deep end. He's a manic depressant. Now you have to censor him for saying words. And you right too, brother. You go on any media outlet. They damn near you can have women that exposing themselves and all. You walking around on live television in leotards, but you can't say that the Black, Hispanic, Native Indian here in America and all of the four corners of the earth are actually Semitic. They know we're not Hamitic. And the crazy part about it is, if you're going to use the terminology like Shemitic or Hamitic, you're using biblical texts. Then you tell me who identifies with our struggles and our curses in this Bible outside of us. And I'm going to tell you something else Kanye West probably don't realize too. He probably don't realize that guess what? Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? Because for you to recognize one that has happened on this side, you must know the other side of it too, Kanye West. But then again, he's an entertainer. And he get paid to entertain. We doing the real work.
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it, Shabayala.
Hearing this story right here about Kanye West, it makes me think about like why don't ever say anything about anti-Japhetic, or anti-Hamitic. Yeah. You know what I mean? What about the other two of Noah's sons?
God. They're not concerned. They're not concerned with that. The earth is not concerned with Ammon, Moab. They're not concerned with that because they already know like that's them over there. But long as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians never know their true identity, then this world will continue to thrive. Like if you have a working class that's always going to provide youth that's going to get locked up, provide young men that's going to go into a military, provide sisters that's going to have an abortions, besides this, that give brothers over to sell dope and die in the neighborhoods. See, all that all that pushes like long live the great American dream. You understand? Our destruction pushes the great American dream. The police officer is the police officer because they push us and they hurt us into like a shooting gallery, if I may. You ever seen how they do like cattle when they get ready to slaughter them? They open the gate and all the cattle run through the gate, and they stand there and they, you know what I'm saying? Then they actually get them in a line, and then they go down there and one by one they put their head in. Wow. Or either they hit them with the needle now. They said that was inhumane to actually cut them. You know what I'm saying? Now they hit them with the needle. So that's literally how they do us. Oh, we can't lynch them no more. We can't lynch them anymore. Guess what we'll do? We'll open up abortion clinics in the neighborhood. Yeah. Oh, no more hanging. No more. We can't tie them up and drag them by the back of cars anymore. I tell you what, we'll police their neighborhoods and put ABC stores in the neighborhood and jack up the property value on it and make them pay vehicle registration and taxes on their vehicles. Yeah. Matter of fact, you know, we'll send them to school and make sure that they only learn about our culture and make sure that the only days that they get off really glorify our culture. 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving. So you talk about all the things that we face as a nation of people, it actually pushes the oppressor's agenda and keep us locked into this hellhole that we call America, man. We talk about Captain I Thought sent me an article today. He was talking about how it is a proven fact that they figured out that guess what? The depopulation of the black man here in America is a real thing. It's a real thing. They were talking about the plantation never closed and slavery never ended. It all just changed forms. It just changed forms. Brother said the plantation never closed. It says reducing the black population from the womb is the agenda of America, man. From the womb, you understand? Another part that says the black woman is being placed in power to control the black man. Usurping authority over the black man. These are all articles. These different paragraphs that Captain I Thought sent to me. It says reducing the black population through LBGTQ. Experimentation on the black community used for depopulation. The colonizer does not want us to connect the dots here in this empire, man. They do not. Let me get the book of Jude, chapter 5, Baba Kushar, in the Apocrypha. Yeah, Judith. Sorry. The book of Judah, chapter 5. Mm-hmm. We start at 1.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, and verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Assur, that the children of Israel had prepared for war.
We're prepared for what?
For war.
See, anytime you talk about the children of Israel, there are certain things that we had to do to prepare for war. That means everybody had to be locked, cocked, ready to rock, keeping them law, statutes, and commandments, and doing what we're supposed to do and serving our God. Read on.
Kamakan, and had shut up the passages of the hill country and had fortified all the tops of the high hills and had laid impediments in the campaign countries.
So that means we were strategists on how to win war. We had placed things in order on how to win war and to go into battle. That's Israel. Today, if you ask us, what are we preparing for? The 4th of Black Hispanics Native Indian are preparing for Thanksgiving right now. Halloween, right? These things have nothing to do with us. Read on, brother.
Khan, wherewith he was very angry and called all the princes of Moab and the captains of Ammon and all the governors of the sea coast.
Because we was prepared for war, guess what? They had to call in reinforcements to go against us. You understand? So it's Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, but more we prepare ourselves, guess what? The whole damn earth is going to be upset at us. That's why it's time for us to wake up and see that we should be coming together. This is the time for us to really put in the work and come together right now. Kanye West make he dropped something on Twitter. Everybody go in a frenzy. All Black people like, oh man, we might be such and such. Well, what's gonna happen when the world really realizes that? Guess what? When our people begin to see we are what Kanye said we are, then what happens? Read on.
Verse 3. And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country, and what are the cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength, and what king is set over them, or captain of their army.
So what is he asking right here in this verse, Baba Kwashaw?
Salaki, if I may.
Come on, Yonazar.
He's asking for knowledge of the leadership of the army of Israel that is already getting prepared to come against him. He wants to know so that, in warfare, you got to send out spies. You got to find out how many men you have, what the plan is or whatever, where your supplies is at, all these type of things. So that's what they're trying to find out.
So now, why is this significant? Well, what is the significance of somebody asking those questions, Baba Kwashaw?
If I may, sir.
Come on.
If in warfare, which is what life is really about, the more you know your enemy, the better chance you have of defeating your enemy. If you know his weaknesses and his strength, you can exploit his weaknesses and nullify his strength. If you have full knowledge.
So the good Most High in Christ. So guess what? That means somebody's formulating a plan to go against you, right? So we talk about how we live our lives here in America today. You don't think America is formulating a plan on how to keep us where we are? You ever thought about why the ghetto is the ghetto? You ever thought about why there's so many police precincts in our neighborhoods and close to our communities? You understand? Why are some of our schools some of the lower performing schools? You understand? So we have to understand that life is war. That means our daily life, our decision making is based on a war that you may not be able to see. But they've been fighting this war against us for a very long time, that the name of Israel may be in what? No more remembrance.
Salaki.
Come on with it, Shabayala.
God, and got the nerve to make today a national holiday called Christopher Columbus Day.
Oh my, Salakia, one more thing. The hell with Kanye West. Did y'all see where the native people, the First Nation people that was out there protesting the Columbus Day parade? Did y'all see that? Get a Lord a hand for that. You understand? Our people are beginning to see them. Wait a minute. Okay. We're not gonna do that. But it's all based on the work that we are deciding to do every single day, man. If it wasn't for the brothers out in Texas going down at that border, how many people would have really knew what them Haitians that our brother was going through down on them borders? Nobody would have knew it. And then to have the nerve to ask the questions that they asked, and knowing that they was in the wrong. When you go out there, you talk about the babies that been separated from their parents, the Isupk brothers and sisters. They're talking about these babies are sleeping on what you call them the aluminum foil blankets and things like that. See, if them so-called black leaders that we have, they don't talk about things like that. They get on television, they talk about politics, which in turns mean making their pockets fatter. They're not talking about the ones that don't have pockets at all. You understand? They're not concerned with them. So here it is once again. This guy is asking, where do they get their power and their strength from? Right? Read on, Quadon, verse 4.
Come.
Hold on. And once again, and having power and strength is one thing that comes from the Most High, but being able to have a captain, meaning what? Leadership, man. Commanding Junior Hunter provides excellent leadership, man, in the I.S.U.P.K. The generals provide excellent leadership in the I.S.U.P.K. The captains, the officers. We are following the footsteps of brothers that are righteous in doing this in the name of the Most High, man. Read on, brother.
Come, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And why have they determined not to come and meet me?
Uh-huh.
More than all the inhabitants of the West?
So what is being said here? Why is he asking this question?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Because like since we had an army, he expected us to come straight at him. So he could prepare for that. So he see that we're not making this move that he expected. So he's trying to find out, what are we trying to do? What's the plan? What's the move that we're gonna make?
Once again, they're always asking what the plan. But if you're in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what the plan is. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the damn plan. Read on, brother.
Come. Verse 5. Then said Achir, the captain of all the sons of Ammon, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant. And I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people.
I'm going to tell you what's going on with these people. Read on.
Which dwelleth near thee, and inhabiteth the hill countries. And there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
Shall no what?
Lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
So what is this servant saying? Break this down so our people can understand. I don't lie. I mean, I'll maybe listen and tune in for the first time. What is being said right here?
So like you said, it's like he about to, he was already inquiring what's going on and why they ain't come to meet him. So he's like, look, man, I'm about to tell you exactly what you need to know about these people that you seeking out, to come and battle you, or everything that I'm getting ready to tell you is of the truth, but I'm getting ready to tell you.
Right. He's giving a what? He's giving a report. Right? He's giving a report. Now think about it. They give a report on Black, Hispanics, Native Indians every day. Tune in to Fox 5. Tune in to CNN.
Salakia, sir.
Come on with it.
Can I offer a precept?
Baba Kushar, come on with it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Given the report. Hell of a precept, Go ahead and break it down, Yonazar.
So the woman, as we know in the UPK, the woman is the nation of Israel.
Right.
You understand? And we was just talking about the destruction of our population. You understand? And this is the scripture that bear witness to that. Because the seed are the descendants, you understand, the children of Israel. You understand? So that's who they're trying to make war with. That's who they're trying to destroy. And one of the brothers did say, like, from the somebody said from the grave. They're trying to destroy us from the grave. I mean, Salakia, from birth. Salakia.
From the womb.
From the womb, right. Salakia. So this scripture right here bear witness to what was said. They're trying to destroy us, man. And we all know about the 83rd Psalm. We know that back and forth. You understand? And this is what's really going on, and we got to keep this up front.
God. Hell of a job, brother. Most High in Christ. Read on, Quadon.
Come. Verse 6. This people are descendant of the Chaldeans. Verse 7. And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers.
They wouldn't do what?
Not follow the gods of their fathers.
What is this talking about right here? What report is he giving right here?
So, like I said, giving the disobedience of Israel.
Lie. Oh. No. Anybody else?
Like I said, if I may.
Come on.
He's saying that, I mean, it's saying that, you know, that this people, the Israelites, wouldn't follow the gods of the Chaldeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they went their own way.
Uh-huh.
And that they wouldn't, let's see, they wouldn't follow the gods of the Chaldeans. You know?
So now what's the history of that though?
We're talking about from Abraham.
Uh-huh. And why did Abraham leave?
Because they were his family, his father, they was polytheists.
Meaning what?
They was worshiping idols, idol worship.
And what else? The stars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right?
All right. Y'all tracking, right? So these people said, "Nah, we not gonna do that." This is a people who didn't fool with all multiple gods. You understand? Our people separate. This is history. Once again, they're giving a report of our history, right? You understand? The whole world know that Black, Hispanics, Native Indian are the Israelites. You understand? And the problem is we don't understand it as Black, Hispanics, Native Indian. They have forever been given the reports of our status in the earth. You understand? What the young strong men doing? Oh, we got them in the gangster music. Oh, that's good. That's good. They in Compton? Or they talking about Bumpton and you know what I'm saying? Everybody Suwooing, huh? Oh, they in gangs. Good job. How they doing in the NFL? I tell you what, let's give them another 40 million. Let's keep kicking up the money. Hey, how the white girls looking? We got the white girls looking good. We got them getting in shape. Make sure they keep marrying them white women. I tell you what, we got some new things we're gonna put in the streets. Let's call it spandex. Let's make sure we everybody is taking steroid injected chicken and making even the oppressor's daughter look good. We're gonna keep them. Okay, well, what's the report of sickness and disease? Well, how we looking for the prison numbers? Come on with it, Shabayala.
What they call them today is think tanks.
Yeah. Just know they're paying attention to every move that we make. Think tanks. They're watching what the children of Israel are doing. How many babies they had? And you know where else they did that at? Anybody else know where else they did that at? In our history?
In Egypt, sir.
Meaning what?
We in Egypt again.
I mean, in Egypt, but give me an example. Give me paraphrase it for me. So I want to make sure we all understand that.
With the abortion system that they had back then, which told the women if they had men children to destroy the men children, to kill them.
Come on, Kawal.
Also in Egypt, when they saw us growing a number, Pharaoh said, "Come, let us deal wisely with the children of Israel."
Right. Let us deal wisely with them. So they was given a report on the numbers, because if an enemy come in here, we're afraid that they just what? They just might join with them. Ain't that what they say? Right. Read on.
Verse 7. And they verse 8. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshiped the God of heaven.
They did what?
They left the way of their ancestors and worship the God of heaven.
So our people, we said we're not going to be into the polytheism. We want to worship the one true living God. You understand? Read on.
The God whom they knew, so they cast them out from the face of their God. And they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt and were increased with gold and silver, and were very much cattle.
Now
like
why?
with very much cattle.
Now why did that increase come? Why did that increase come?
So like it's from the obedience.
From the obedience. And once again, he given a very detailed report of what happened with us as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. He said, man, they increasing cattle. They had gold. They had silver. Man, when they decided to listen to what? The God of heaven. Read on.
Come. But when it's like in verse 10, but when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished and became there a great multitude.
They became what?
A great multitude.
My brother Kowal just said this. Yonazar, we just said this, right?
Right.
Read on.
So that one could not number their nation.
We were so great in the land of Egypt, they couldn't even number the nation. But it also showed what? There was a difference between us and the Egyptians. Right. Even he is denoting right here, they was a great number, but they were still their own nation. Here in America today, we still thinking we're actually Americans, not realizing that we're a nation inside of a nation. Read on.
Come, verse 11. Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them.
He did what?
Rose up against them.
Man, this is a very detailed report, man. Right. He laying it out. He said, I'm not going to tell you what. I ain't going to tell you no lies about them. I'm going to give you their history, all right? Read on.
Come. Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them.
What does it mean to deal subtly with someone? It said the king of Egypt rose up against them, right? And it said he dealt with them subtly. What does that mean?
It's like it, sir, if I may. It's like he didn't come at them directly with warfare, but he set up a system to trap them off. Like subtly means to come at you like on a sneak tip.
Come on, Ayathan.
So, it's like being clever or indirect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't directly like how they do today. They don't directly tell us that we still enslaved. They come up with clever ways to make us feel like we free, but we still enslaved.
Do y'all know that the eugenics project, that was actually research done before they actually pushed Planned Parenthood into our communities? Y'all understand that? The doctor who actually what's the OBGYN doctor? I can't think of his name. Yeah, what's his name? I can't think of it. Yeah, something like that. But he was given that title, but they didn't tell you why they gave him that title. Actually how he got the title. And they come up with different tools and the mechanism that they use to examine our sisters' bodies. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you're a sister out there online, y'all know what I'm talking about. The forceps and the things that they use. James, that's his name. I remember James. Yeah, James Marion Sims. He's so-called the father of gynecology. But they'll tell you what he did. It was such a revolutionary advancement, technological advancement in the vaginal research. But let alone the pain that our sisters had to endure, though, man. Come on.
Not only did they erect the statue to James Marion Sims, but he also is responsible for performing crucial, agonizing procedures on Black women without anesthesia. No anesthesia, and they didn't have no consent. So he would also lie and tell them he was checking for their vaginal health, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, he has them strapped down in stirrups, and she's screaming bloody murder while he opens her womb up while she's still alive. And most of his patients died on the operating table.
Damn.
And they erected a statue unto this bastard.
And you talk about, here's another thing that was subtle about the oppressor. That there was sisters that was going in and doing like checkups, wellness checkups, and they was going in, I guess, scratching the uterus so they couldn't have children. So there you are. You wonder why you can't have children. You're 23 years old. You in prime. You know what I'm saying? Your hips is wide, ready to drop a load, but you can't get pregnant because you don't went in there and got a pap smear, and them doctors done dealt with you subtly. And then and if they didn't deal with you on the physical side, then they hit you with the psychological. Be independent. You don't need them. Why don't you focus on your career and get ahead in America? That's the subtle thing right there. Guess what? They did it in Egypt. Guess what? They still doing it today. Read on, Quadon.
Come. Verse 11. Then, therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them, and brought them low with laboring and brick.
Now imagine that. This is Ammon giving a report on Egypt. Their bondage was so strong. Imagine knowing that the whole world knew that you made brick, and he removed the straw away from you for you to make the brick. It's like a thing that. We just went over this in the Sabbath service. Imagine it being that hard and everybody know about it. And guess what you can compare it to? Picking cotton. Picking cotton. Imagine somebody telling you reach down and you crack that bud of that cotton plant with them thorns on it. And they telling you got to increase. By the time you're 7 years old, you're proficient in picking cotton 18, 19 hours a day.
Salaki.
Come on with it.
Salaki, what you bringing out is so heavy, sir. Me and Baez on the way from the feast yesterday, we was just talking on this very topic right here. We were talking about how we kept so many meticulous records that they took our records and they have our records in the Smithsonian, under the Vatican, in Saudi Arabia to this day, so much so. We used to grow rice in Egypt, and those people who grew rice that well in Egypt, they knew whose plantation to send them to today here in North Central and South America. They know exactly who we are, sir.
Y'all see that? Everybody know how to deal with us subtly. They know how to deal with us wisely. This is history that we're talking about, y'all. This is Black, Hispanic, Native Indian history, and they giving an active account of where we came from, what we've been through, and who they really are. Read on, Quadon.
Come. Verse 12. They cried, then they cried unto their God.
Hold on, Salaki. Read verse 11 again, Baba Kusha.
Come. Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them.
So y'all know now this is the heathen giving us our account. He said in the scripture, there was a time where the king of Egypt regarded, he didn't remember Joseph, if I'm not mistaken. All right, read on.
Come. And dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring and brick and made them slaves.
And they did what?
Made them slaves.
They made them slaves. It didn't start out like that. They were made slaves. If I'm not mistaken, they kind of dabbled at giving the same impression here in this empire too. They was like, now, you come over here and indenture servitude and da. Then they said, wait a minute. We can make this, it can be very profitable if we make them slaves. They did with that with our native brothers and sisters. So, this people is such nice people. You know what? They deserve to be what? Slaves. Read on.
Come, verse 13. And God dried the Red Sea before them.
And who did it?
God dried the Red Sea before them.
And who did it?
And God dried the Red Sea before them.
So what he's saying is, he didn't say the moon did it. So why the hell we worshiping the goddamn moon and stars in Islam? You understand? He didn't say Buddha did it. So why the hell our people ain't got and talking about they Buddhists? Did he say the God of Egypt? Did he say the Imhotep? Netinhuti? To buy the Djibouti brand. Give me some of them good Egyptian name that they got out there. Nakaratu. No, he said they God. So what the hell we wasting time with the every other God that's on the face of the earth? These things that don't mean nothing to our power. If a heathen can see the power in our God and giving an accurate account of what we came from in our history and our God and what he did for us, then why don't we see it? Read on, Quadon.
Verse 14. And brought them to Mount Sinai, and caves, barn, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Esbon, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country.
What he's saying, there was a mighty people. Wherever they went, they took what they wanted, right? Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Pharisite, the Jebusite, and what's that? Sycamite, and all the Girgazites. And they dwelt in that country many days.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their...
Slow that down. Slow that down so we all can hear that, okay?
Come.
Y'all pay attention. Read it again.
And whilst they sinned not before their God.
They sinned not before who?
Their God.
Before their God. Read on.
They prospered.
So what does it mean they sinned not before their God? What does that mean?
So like, sir, if I may, it's like, this is our sound like Deuteronomy 7:3, where it was saying like when we was in the land, not to mingle with these other nations. And that was the order given from us to Moses. So we were being obedient to the law, statutes, and commandments, and not dealing with these nations that is spoken of in the previous chapter.
Right.
So we, with us, doing what we're supposed to do, we prospered in, being obedient to the Lord.
That's it. Y'all see that, right? This is an accurate account that a heathen is giving about the children of Israel, about how they prosper if they was obedient to their God. And if you call yourself an Israelite, and if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, then you're not being obedient to your God. If you're not in the I.S.U.P.K and you calling yourself an Israelite, you're not being obedient to your God. And you wonder why we live in the hellacious conditions that we live in today. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and we're not being obedient. Read on, Bible Kushar.
Verse 18. But when they departed from
the way... Hold on, Salaki, finish reading 17.
Okay, come on, Salaki, sir. Because the God that hated iniquity was with them.
The God that what?
Hated iniquity was with them.
God hate the sin and love the sinner. In the name of Jesus. What is? Read it again, Quadon.
Sir.
I want to make sure that they out there listening, like we ain't making this up. Right. Read it again.
From the top, sir.
La.
Okay, come
on.
Because the God that hated iniquity.
Because the God that hated the iniquity, our God. Every other God that you could think of in the earth, the gods of America love when you sin. I mean, ain't no other God. I mean, like Mammon, the thing that we look up to, those are the things that we serve or we give honor to in his empire. That woman that you look up to that cheating on y'all the goddamn time, she loved to see you sinning. She loved to see your hands wrapped around that goddamn alcohol bottle and passing out. So when she walked through the house and say you ain't sugar honey iced tea, you be like, well, I don't have no backbone about yourself. Just like they love to see us fighting one another. They love to see us selling dope. They love to walk by the cages and you in prison. They walk by chow time. Heard somebody say this. Somebody you ain't a real man till you go to prison. I understand. But what type of psyche would you push somebody to deal with? Because you don't know every brother that I know that ever been to prison or ever had them handcuffs on. Let me tell you something. It is traumatizing, man. It's traumatizing. It's so traumatizing. Charleston White them became famous off of it. He talking about jail do a nigga some good. You know what he say? He's talking about every you know, they come home out of prison, do a good bid, and now they drive trucks and coach football teams. I guarantee you, ask most of them brothers, man, the decision that they made to do the things that they all be like, you know what, man, if only somebody would have said, man, that's a bad idea. But the gods of the earth that we live in, ain't nobody gonna tell you the truth except for the I.S.U.P.K. That's true. Come on, Quadon.
Come. Verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore.
Somebody break that down for me, Baba Kusha.
Salaki, sir, if I may. So it's just like what Kadam was saying, man.
Hold on now, Yonazar. You know, it's more brothers in the classroom in here. Come on. Who else we got in here? What is being said right in this verse? Come on. We got Jamaica in here. Is your mic working?
Gone, sir.
So what is being said right in this verse right here?
Salakia, sir. It basically I say whenever, you know what I mean, we strayed away from the law, statutes, and commandments, sir. You know what I mean? I was not with us in battle. So, you know what I mean, we suffer many losses in battle because we broke the Most High laws. You know what I mean?
Don, give him a hand, man. You know what I mean? Right on point. Go ahead and finish reading that.
Come. But when they departed from the way he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies.
Now you can't tell me this is not an active report of who the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are. This is a heathen giving a very descriptive narrative about who we are. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all think the oppressor just pulling you over because you got weed in the car? He know if you got that weed in your car, the Most High is not with you at all. You understand? Yeah, you feel me? That crack that we've been pushing since the 80s, he know that. Guess what? That uncle that you love, the dance. Y'all remember them? I don't know about y'all, but I have some cool uncles, and I'm gonna tell you this is the sidebar for me. But I know for when the crack hit the hood, them cool uncles that I had that used to rap. You know, you see uncle used to oops upside your head. Oh, y'all remember all that? Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about? That old Houdini and all that stuff like that. When crack hit the hood, guess what? That uncle that I love so much, he wasn't that no more. You understand what I'm saying? The oppressor knows that. So how can the Most High really give you the strength that you're supposed to have when you relying on something else? When we relying on drugs, we relying on money, we relying on education. All these things have nothing to do with us serving our power. We lose battles day in and day out because we're not serving our power. We're serving all the things that we like to do in the earth. Whether it's your stomach or your penis or your vagina, you become a slave to your own lust. And guess what? These heathens were discussing it way back then. If they're not serving their God, yeah, they're gonna lose wars. They're gonna fall to sore destruction. You don't know that? It was a proven fact. They was talking about how when the police get behind you, your body temperature raises, and the sweat begin to go down the cracker, to go down your back. You see them blue lights, and you start breathing erratically. What is that? Where does that come from? We've been conditioned in this earth, man, to live in fear day in and day out. And when you don't know who your father is, you don't know who the God we're supposed to be serving, you have no choice but to live in fear of the oppressor. The scriptures say, what does scripture say about fear? Fear not the man that can what? Destroy the body, but who?
The Most High that can destroy both the hellfire.
Come on, man. The one that can destroy your soul and your body. So what we're afraid of the oppressor for? This is a heathen that's given an active account about if we were obedient to our Father, then guess what? We would win. We would always win. But if we were disobedient, then sure destruction would fall on them. All right.
Salaki.
Come on with you, Bayala.
Salaki, what you're bringing out is so heavy, sir. This goes all the way back to the garden, which is Jerusalem. When Eve disobeyed, you know what I'm saying, the Most High. He told us that we was going to go through this with these other nations on top of us, man, if we disobeyed him, all the way back in the garden.
Right. Come on, Ayathan.
It's like I had a precept for what you're saying.
Come on with it.
2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7.
Hold on, let everybody get there with you. 2 Timothy what?
Chapter 1 and verse 7.
Okay.
Says, for the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Yes, like, and it's so heavy because we ain't supposed to be living in fear, man. You understand? Like, you see that you see that police car pull up behind you. If you in here, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't feel no type of way about it because you know that the Lord is with you. You understand? You know that there's just some bum cop pulling you over for no reason. You understand? And even if he try to give you a ticket, you just gonna, give me the goddamn ticket. I'll fight in the court. Move on about your way. Our people, we get, like you were saying, the sweats and the body temperature rise and everything, because we living in fear in this place. We've been conditioned to live in that fear, and they like it.
Give him a hand for it, man. Most High in Christ.
It's Salaki.
Come on with it. K out of war.
It's Salaki. If I could piggyback off what Officer Ayathan was talking about, and we not afraid. Why? Because we obey more laws than the police do. We obey God's laws.
Right.
Nothing to fear but the law. You know what I mean?
I'm right. That's real. See, when you understand what you fighting against in this earth, you what's the point of living in fear? You understand who the oppressor is. You understand that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? You're not looking for a friend when you talk to him. You know all the things that you try in the earth, it just ain't work for you. You know everything outside of them doors in I.S.U.P.K, either death, jail, or death in jail. Keep going. Come on with it.
This is the book of Judith, chapter 5, and verse 19.
Come.
But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Oh man, they done made it popular. They done got it jumping. They done went back to Jerusalem. Come on.
Verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
There should be what?
Their ruin.
Read that again, Baba. Slow it down so that way we all understand what is being said here, Baba Kasha.
Come. Book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20.
Come.
Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Go ahead.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
What is this saying? What is this heathen saying about our people right now? What is he saying about our forefathers? What is he saying?
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it.
Can I give an update like a up to date.
Please, Baba Kashar.
What this heathen is saying is, if the native Indians hadn't have been worshiping the sun god and the wind god and the water god, and would have been serving the Most High God of this Bible, Yahweh in the Hebrew is his name, them Christopher Columbus wouldn't have never been able to overtake him, and we sitting here today calling it Columbus Day.
Damn right. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. You get what I'm saying? These are heathens that are giving active account about what we should have been doing in our land, man. It's crazy. He said he didn't say it was just gonna be a loss. One, he didn't say, oh, they just gonna take an L. He said it gonna be they what? He said it was be they what?
Ruin.
They ruined, man. Read on.
Come on, verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
So, Salakia, what is iniquity, Baba Kushar? What does the word iniquity mean? What is the definition of iniquity? Come on. Who got it? What's the definition of iniquity? What is iniquity? Anybody?
So lock it.
Come on.
Iniquity will be crime.
But okay, Con, you right. But crime against what though? Well, what is the crime against?
Salami, sir. The
Come on.
crime is against the Most High, the laws. Iniquity is sin. You know what I'm saying? To transgress the law. The same thing. It says immoral or grossly unfair behavior. That's, being a homosexual, eating pork, all is the same. It's all iniquity. And you're doing it against the you're doing it against the Most High, against his law, statutes, and commandments,
right?
And against yourself.
So if you got to listen, and somebody would ask, well, it's not against the law to be gay. Well, that mean do you have to be gay? You know what I'm saying? We'll say, well, you supposed to get a marriage license to be married. Do you have to get a marriage license to be married? Come on, Kawhi, what you got?
Oh, no, it's lucky. I was going to say the same thing. We know being gay is wrong because it's in the law,
right?
And that's how everything is. That's why it's frowned upon. People be in the closet for 30 years want to come out the closet. You was in there because it's shameful to be gay.
Right.
According to the law, it's wrong.
According to the law.
Not because of what I say, God hates it.
That's right. Most High and Christ. We at verse 21.
Okay.
Hold on. Go back up to verse 20.
Come on.
Baba Kushar.
Verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people.
Any error against this people. So somebody like to say, it's just a little weed. Stimulate your mind, Craig. Come on, get high, Craig. It's Friday. You ain't got no job, Craig. Craig got in a whole goddamn mess of trouble on Friday for something they had for the same thing. That little thing right there called Craig, all that goddamn trouble. Think about all the trouble that we done got into, the small things, right? They start off real small, then all of a sudden, how in the hell I end up like this? What was I thinking? Now I'm sitting in a sip suit in a drop top, trying not to sweat. Come on with it, I thought.
Come on. And they sin against their power. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
Their ruin, come on.
And let us go up.
Let's go get them, come on.
And we shall overcome them.
See, you don't think the oppressor deal with us the same way? It's a reason why the RICO Act works. You ever want everybody free Young Thug, free Gunner? Well, wait a minute. You don't think the oppressor allowed Young Thug to be in that position so they can hit him with the RICO? All these gun charges, you don't think they manufacture certain guns to get the brothers in the hood? You ever wonder why? You ever wonder what by the time you hit 9th grade, like the words that your reading comprehension skill be so bad, it's like they know you're gonna fall behind. The workload it changed so drastically. It's like we got another one. He gonna drop out soon.
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it.
And then that's crazy. How we open up the class about Kanye West. You know what I mean? Viacom. Well, that same Viacom that try to block him off for saying the truth that the real Jews are black. That same Viacom is the same people that gave you Pornhub and Fans Only.
Good night. Give them a hand, man. You know what I'm saying? And now they make it easily accessible too. You know, back in the day, you had to have a subscription, then you bunk y'all. Now you just jump right on it, and it's right there at your kids' fingertips. Right there for them just to press XXX. Right there in front of them. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I can't think of the dude's name. He sued them. He was saying that, you know, they was running commercials only in the black community for what was his name? I can't think of his name. He rich as hell. And he sued Viacom and won a couple years. Yeah, Con. Yeah, exactly. He had an oppressor for a wife, but he sued him because he was just like, they running these particular commercials in the black community. He said, stop running these commercials. He felt like that was propaganda pushed in the black community on commercials. Byron Allen. But 10 million. But 10 billion. He used black people to win that damn to win that lawsuit. See, that's that thing. Let us deal wisely with them. If they're not serving their God, let's go down because they'll be in ruins. In the black community, they do whatever the hell they want to do with us because there is no real leadership to stop the bull crap from coming into our communities. Whatever sounds good, they're going to do it. They sent people into the neighborhoods to fill out for PPPE loans. PP loans, how they go? PPP loans, it's like it. And then once our people bought into it, they hire a whole cabinet to go and persecute the ones that got the loan to look at, okay, what did they do? Did they really have companies? What did they do with the money? Did they start businesses? Read on.
Come on. And it's like verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
What is he saying right there? What is that heathen saying right there? He done said all the other stuff, but what does heathen know when he talking about that right there? What's being said right there?
So like this, sir.
Come on, Yanazar.
He's saying that if these people are following their God and obeying their God, you understand what I'm saying? It's basically a waste of our time going up against them.
It's like it to add on to what Yanazar are saying, like, you know, he's saying, it's gonna be a waste of our time to go against them, and they power gonna make us an example to the rest of the world.
Just like what he did with Egypt. So what can we gain from this as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians? If we know that this is our history, what is it that we should gain from reading this? The reading our history, right? What is it that we gain from knowing this about our power and knowing that the other nations know this about our power? What do we gain?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on.
Okay, so we know that it's warfare. It's all about warfare. That's what it's about. And so one of the first things that we brought out in the class was like, in warfare, you got to know your enemy. So now we have the advantage because we know the enemy as well. And we can respond in the way that we're supposed to by coming into I.S.U.P.K and obeying the law, statutes, and commandments.
Damn right, man. Give him a hand.
Salakia,
come on with it. Who that? Top one.
Come on. Yeah, Salakia, if I could just piggyback on what Officer Yana is always saying, it's so heavy. And we're going and knowing our enemy and knowing their tactics, you know what I'm saying? It's like in any battle, you know what I'm saying, you have the advantage by kind of seeing any kind of strike, a preemptive strike, what they're trying to do. So now all these things that we thought were just par for the course, the black on black violence, you know what I'm saying, the gang violence, you know what I'm saying, the fact that they push, you know what I'm saying, the stripper pole and OnlyFans on our sisters, and you know what I'm saying, all the different tactics that they have that we've been trained to believe, well, that's just who we are. You know, we just thugs and niggas and hoes. And now we see that's not what we are at all. That's all a magic trick, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of a mirage has been put in front of us to make us take us away from our power.
That's
you know
right.
So now we'll know, okay, we're gonna go against that because that's not who we are and get back to where we belong. So like,
damn right, give him a hand. We're all on it. But it's hot tonight, man. Brother was telling, we was talking about how they push our sisters as being always so promiscuous. Now we got our fair share of hoes now. But we was talking about how you go to a PWI and you dealing with Becky, and they have no problem with saying let's hook up. Brothers don't know what hook up mean, like, you know, let's make out. They know what they say. Not knowing that Becky would give you them draws in 2 seconds. You say, hey, how you doing? She jumped right out of them. She ready to go, right with it. Now, who's the real promiscuous one? Everybody talking trash, and you had Bill Clinton doing the Oval Office and getting to it.
Right.
Getting to it in the Oval Office. Talking about he did not inhale. But these are the bastards that we look up to. They had the nerve to say Bill Clinton was the first black president.
Right.
What? You see how they paint that, and then who came up with that goddamn narrative? You think black folks came up with that narrative? You think we was the one to say, yeah, he the first black president? I guarantee it was somebody famous that got paid to say it. Come on with it.
It might have been one of them jive pastors down in the South.
Come.
I got an inkling. Something tell me Pastor Stanley Earl down there done told everybody that he's freaking black. Because we guess what we like to do? We love to invite the white boy to the cookout.
Come.
He do a little stupid dance all wrong. Cookout.
Right.
So of course they're gonna invite Bill Clinton to the you know, to our bloodline because he can play the saxophone. He smoke a little weed, get head in the Oval Office. Like that's what they think about black people. Like we play instruments, we smoke weed, and get a little top. So now he gotta be one of us, right?
Come.
That's actually a slap in the face.
That's slap in the face.
Very disrespectful because they didn't take positive attributes of Bill Clinton. They took the negative attributes of him and stereotyped it and blamed it and said he one of us.
Yeah,
and
the worst.
Well, Stanley Earl, well, he might be one of us now. I don't know. Hell out of here. So Lucky.
Come on with it, Top One.
So Lucky, if I could, Officer Kowal was saying it's so heavy. And I think if it wasn't a Christian pastor, I remember in the 90s, a lot of comedians would say it. A lot of black comedians would say, you know, he's the first black president for those same things, you know, smoking weed and playing the saxophone. And they play on those same tropes today. It's always some ridiculous, you know what I'm saying, stereotype about us. They got to be hot sauce in a purse. You know what I'm saying? Or Kamala Harris talking about she smoked weed and listened to Snoop Dogg, even though she was in college in like 86. You know what I mean? Like, it always got to be, it's never nothing academic. It's never anything positive. It's always some trivial, like, nonsense. And they attribute that to us. And then Joe Biden say, oh, yeah, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Why? For what reason? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, our brother's heavy, man. See, and the truth about it is, this is just the truth. You can walk in any classroom, any setting where you can teach TED Talk X, any university, and you sit down and you really break these down to the people that's in there, and guess what? They're gonna say, you know what, that's logical. I can reason with you on that. But the fact that you Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians destroys your whole idea that you something other than the scum of the earth.
Salaki, sir.
Come on with it.
And if I could, I want to say thank you, Mr. Dr. Martin Luther King. This is what you wanted to join us hand in hand with. Thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King.
Right. And that we believe in that we shall overcome. And we face the same atrocities from New York, Cuba, all out to the Dominicans, Jamaica, Trinidad. All these things we know as a nation of people, we all deal with the same psyche, man. Not knowing who we are.
It's lucky, sir.
Come on with it.
If I may, we shall overcome. The Israelites shall overcome, but the problem with the Christian church is that they have us believing that we're going to overcome in the white man system. That's the difference. We are not going to overcome in the white man system. The white man system is designed to beat us down and destroy our babies, man. That's how
somebody give me a verse on that. See if we're in the same classrooms. The oppressive system is designed to beat us down. Precept. It's designed. It's made. It's perfectly tailored to make sure that Black, Hispanics, Native Indians never know their true identity.
You got the 83rd Psalm, sir.
Let's get it.
This is the 83rd Psalm. And I'll start at verse 3, if I may, sir.
Mm-hmm.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Mm-hmm.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Who has said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation?
The heathen, sir. And the oppressor.
What's the importance of cutting us off from being a nation?
Rulership.
Why isn't it Ammon that they want to cut off from being? Why isn't it Moab? Why isn't it is the Hametics? Why didn't the Japhetics? What is it about Israel that they just cannot stand? What is it? Come on.
They know both our kingdom and theirs can't exist at the same time. We're stronger than them. It's biblically already said. And once you go Black, you already know what that means.
That's right.
They can't exist when these two kingdoms can't exist. One has to be weaker. So if they know if we do it right, we come together without them messing with us. We take over like we did Egypt.
Come.
It's the same thing all over again. We will take over everything. And then not just that, women would want us now.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. They fear that's what we call fear of a black planet.
Yes,
or fear of something like that.
Come.
Like we both can't coexist at the same time. And our kingdom was gonna rule forever. And
you know what else though? All that octopus and squid they've been eating, it come to a screeching goddamn halt. All that shrimp boiled, what they call it, shrimp po' boys, it come to a screeching halt. Thinking that Caesar Borgia is our savior, it comes to a screeching halt. All find it. Come on with it. Who's it?
They got something called the Good Knees Challenge.
What's that?
They count down from 10 to 1, and the women start dropping it low.
Hold on.
I'm talking about doing something strange for no change.
You got a video on that? So like, don't do that.
I ain't somebody. Ain't no wrong with that. I know he's talking about the this time of year. Like they had these stupid videos, these challenges with these women. Pretty soon it's gonna be that he just talking about. They're gonna do something about voting too. Like they got some twerking video.
Hold on. I seen the video the other day. Saucy Habana or something like that. And Trina twerk the vote. Trina, 50 years old, talking about twerking the vote. At what point do you realize, God damn, like when the see, but let me tell you something. Most majority of our people look at that and say, good night, that is crazy. But they also know the influences of oppression. Oppression will have you thinking like the smallest things is a win for you. You understand? Oppression had you thinking that, oh, they legalize weed. You know what I'm saying? Jim Muhammad said this other day, it was so real. You talk about something that I just had to laugh, but it was real. You think about Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. We are the people that would go to a job and say, if I fall off this ladder here today, I'm gonna get rich. We'll walk out in front of a car and say, you better not hit me, I'm gonna sue you. Our affliction, right, have us looking for pain to escape our affliction. Imagine riding in the car and man, you get whiplash. First thing you go, you go to hold of your neck. Yeah, that's about $10,000 right there. Affliction have you looking for pain to get out of affliction.
It's luck.
Come on with it.
Ezel on Friday when he slipped my neck and my back.
Oh my, yeah. Now the crazy part about it is we all laughed at it. But why did we laugh at it? Why was it so comical though? It wasn't because he was a crackhead, because we know it's true. You know, people walk in the store and fall all the damn time trying to get rich. Trying to get what? Out of oppression. But the question I have, if we know that the heathens know that if we serve our power, we will get out of this hellhole. But how do we move forward as a nation of people? How do we move forward as a nation of people? We know we're going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? But how do we move forward? Come on with it.
So like I will guess brotherhood, sir.
Okay, come brotherhood, you want it, but when you say brotherhood, what do you mean by brotherhood though, Bob Kushaw?
So brother meaning like love your brother as you love yourself, meaning we the only people that don't love each other. So that's the first, like, love for each other is a step in the right direction as far as like Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, like, because we don't, right? In every city that you go to, right?
You hot on it. You hot on it. You stay right there. What you got, Kawal?
I was gonna say, Prophet Zephaniah said, gather yourselves together. And so the first step, gathering together, you don't have to go to church. We got high school classes and buildings all over America.
Come.
You got that. You got to come here, this body.
We got to become one body.
That's right.
And oftentimes, while we can't come together, is we have a hard time forgiving each other, man. We have a hell of a time just looking at each other and say, Salakia, I forgive you. But we don't have no problem with forgiving the oppressor. None whatsoever. He get a pass on every damn thing. So we talk about the other nations being able to recognize our power. We have to be able to recognize what we are to each other, and that's brothers and sisters. But if I see you as an enemy, everybody else, they have no problem with recognizing, guess what? We can do and treat them however that we want to treat them, because they're in ruins right now. The Black, Hispanic, Native Indian communities are in ruins no matter where you go, all throughout the planet Earth. And it's the one in the communities that they quote unquote think are good, wholesome homes. I dare you to go home with their families at night, and you're gonna see how them rich people really live. They hate each other. The father can't stand the mother. Look at Pastor what's his name, the Gray fella that always get caught up in the John Gray. huge church. And every year he got to buy his wife a new goddamn car because he's sleeping with another sister back there in the pastor study. But I thought he was so happy though. Huh? I thought Christianity was your path to freedom. No, what my brother said, Kenyatta Ward hit it nail on the head, man. That brotherhood, we got to really begin to look at each other like brothers and sisters. Let me get the book of John, 1 John 4 and 20, Baba Kushar. The book of John, 1 John 4 and 20, Baba Kushar.
Come. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
He's a what?
A liar.
Break it down for me.
Come on, sir. It says if a man say, I love God, which is, we always use the Christian church and listen because they're the main ones that say, I love God, and which we know love is the action word. And it said, if you hated your brother, he is a liar. Your brother is an extension of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you sitting here talking about you
hold on, stay right there. Your brother is an extension of what you are.
Come.
And what do you develop a brotherhood based on that, right? And that brotherhood can be based on righteousness, right? Or evil. You understand? And it's a certain thing that we used to call back in the day a long time ago. They say honor amongst thieves, if I'm not mistaken. But see, you got to understand them type of relationship that you have, them friendships that you have. A lot of time, them friendship that you think you have is based on them nasty little secrets that you like to keep. You understand? Like them nasty little, that's why y'all bonding. Y'all not real friends. You understand? Y'all friends based on the evil that y'all commit together. Both of y'all know y'all sleeping with somebody's wife. Yeah, man, I smashed the other day. Yeah. Oh, she'll pass around. You hear them terms like that? Oh yeah, girl, I got a Benz out of him. All you gotta do is just sleep with him. He nut real fast. You can get a baby out of him. Lock you from my. What you want me to say? They saying twat on the goddamn radio. It ain't nobody saying that.
Right.
Wop, bam, boom, babaloo, bop. Yeah, all that. They saying on the goddamn radio. What sister talking about? FREE? Yeah. How do you know he's an F boy? That's what you attracted to. That's what you've been trying to get. Y'all know how this thing go. Your friendship is based on the evil that you share between each other. But when we talk about real brotherhood, that brotherhood has to be built on righteousness, man. That brotherhood said, brother, put that weed down. Don't do this. Don't do that. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Because if not, the other heathens gonna recognize that. Guess what? We can do whatever that we want to do to them. Because they God ain't with them. They ain't with them. Come on, Kawal.
We had a question online.
Go ahead.
Brother said, Trooper Warriala, Salaki Adawan, can you give me a breakdown on Hosea 8 and 13 if you could, Baba Kushar?
Is it on topic?
This is about the holidays, I believe. Let me see.
8 and 13?
Hosea.
I'm ready, sir.
Hold tight. Come on with it.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 8, verse 13. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings and eat it, but the Most High accepted them not. Now he will remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt.
What does that mean? Ask him what is that something that he's looking for in the question that he asked? Like what is it that you're looking for in the question that you asked, Bob? For sure. Read that verse again for me. 1 John.
Come, sir. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. Mm-hmm. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love the Most High, whom he have not seen?
Mm-hmm. So what is he lying about if he don't love his brother? What is the lie?
So like sir, if I may, he's lying about the brotherhood that he has for his brother, because like you said, it's like we got these dirty little secrets. So that's the only reason why, you know, you have that brotherhood, that fake brotherhood. Mm-hmm. Just like the Christian church, they know at the end of the damn sermon, they're getting ready to eat that other white meat, or they're getting ready to see some woman in there twerking. Mm-hmm. You understand? They're not really there to fellowship with each other. They going there to gain something or to gossip about something. Mm-hmm. So it's not real brotherhood or real sisterhood.
You're right. Now he's definitely lying about that. But what else is they loving? What else are they lying about? Come on with it.
He's lying about loving the Most High.
Say it again, brother.
He's lying about loving the Most High.
Give him a hand, man. You know what I'm saying? Brother, they not only are they lying about being a brother, they don't love the Most High. You walk around here and talking about you brother this and you brother that, but you keeping all these dirty little secrets that you share between each other. You don't love the Father, man.
So like,
come on with it.
It's like these women out here talking about they love God and Jesus is they man and they husband, and then they turn around and call their baby daddy a piece of trash when you the trash can that the trash go in.
Right. They go together real bad. and what old girl said. See, but once again, though, it going back to how the heathen were able to call us out in the story in Judah. If they not serving their power, you can have your way with them. You can do whatever that you want to do with the children of Israel if they don't know that they're the children of Israel. If they run around here call themselves African Americans, you can do whatever that you want to do with them. If they run around here call themselves Haitians, you can do whatever you want to do with them. If they run around here call themselves Puerto Ricans, you can do whatever that you want to do with them. Because they're not keeping the heritage that was given to them by their father, man. They're not serving their God, man. You sitting out in that Christian church thinking that blonde-eyed, blue-eyed devil gonna goddamn save you. What the hell you waiting on? That brother that's sitting beside you is what's gonna save your damn life, man. That's who's gonna save your life. That sister that's decided she's not gonna sleep with another man because she's married to you, that's what's gonna save your life. Because if she married to you and go sleep with the next nigga, guess what he gonna want to do? He thinking that you the problem. Gotta get him out the way. I gotta have her every night. And you think she gonna stop him? She gonna say he a better man than you anyway. And what they don't understand, they all destroyed. We all are in what? We in ruins. And guess what? That heathen said it in Judah. They said it. They know this about us as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. It's not a mystery. You blocked Kanye West for what? Saying the truth? Have I therefore become your enemy because I would? Don't nobody want the truth. So I'm gonna lie to you, make it sound fly to you. Ain't that what it? I should be a rapper, Cordon. You just think. It hurts. It doesn't feel good, but we need it. We are people we are the sheep, you understand, that are led away to the slaughter without proper shepherds. You understand? You can't lead a body of sheep without having a true staff and rod to guide them. You understand? That rod is this Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you guide sheep. If you want to get their attention, to get them off their course, you flash something bright and shiny in front of them. Huh? You show them that the greener pastures. But when you get your behind over there in greener pastures, you don't know that there's sheep. I mean, there wolves over there. There's snakes. It's hunters over there. Then nobody tell you all that. You just looking for a good time. You want your stomach full and your vagina wet and your balls empty. That's what you hunting for. You understand? And I don't mean to be vulgar. I'm just trying to tell you what we go for as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. That dope boy that sell dope, he want that girl. He want I.S.U.P.K. Y'all remember the song? I.S.U.P.K. Na, 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 na. Yeah, everybody wanted I.S.U.P.K. with the long wavy hair and shit. Salakia. But you know you had to have something to get I.S.U.P.K. You had to have that Lex or that Benz. Nice starter jacket. You know what I'm saying? You had to have them things. And what were you willing to do it to get that type of attention? Because all of us come out of poverty, man. And if you didn't come out of poverty, the way that you think was stuck in the gutter as well. The brother said it earlier, you hating your brother, you don't love the Lord, man. You don't. How can you do it? That's it on that, Cordon?
Verse 20, so you want 21, sir?
Go ahead.
Verse 21, the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth the Most High.
Read that verse again. Read 20 again.
Come. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love his brother? How can he love the Most High, whom he have not seen?
So love is a what?
It's an action word.
It's an action word. So when we talk about loving your brother, what's the action? What is the action that has to take place for somebody to really say, you know what, I love my brother? What is the action that has to take place that says I really love my sister? What is it? What has to happen? Come on.
So like you said, with the context of the class, man, correction is the main thing that you got to do to show your brother you love him.
Man, we have to be willing to do it. We have to be. Because if not, everything, give him my hand. He said correction, Most High in Christ. That's real love. We really have to be really doing it right now. You think about Puff Daddy. What Puff Daddy changed his name to? Brother Love or something like that? Brother Love. Kanye West got the book of Jesus. And they hate each other. They hate each other. And these are prominent fixtures that our children look up to. But in the I.S.U.P.K, our children look up to Commanding Junior YAHANNA, man. They walk through them doors and they know from a baby, like, that's Commanding Junior YAHANNA, you understand? And so much so that even our leadership post our children, you understand? You don't see that. You don't see that through the black politicians today, man. You don't see that. You see Jeremiah Hyman he got new babies. Every time you look on Facebook, he got a new baby in his hand, Kowal. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, got a new right here. This one here came here last minute, 2 minutes ago, right here. Right here, you go right here. We got a new one over here.
Salak.
Come on with it, Shabayala.
Meanwhile, you got Sleepy Joe Biden, fondling them little kids, taking pictures with them. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all see the pictures with Joe Biden take with all them little kids because he's a pedophile.
Known fact. Right. Known fact. Going back to the whole things when you talk about real brotherhood and sisterhood in the streets, they have the code of conduct. It'd be like, honor amongst thieves. That don't work. If it worked, what's his name? What's the dude that hit Zero? Y'all remember that a couple weeks ago? Zero and Trade of Truth. The whole story was that he went to jail for taking the L for, you know what I'm saying, for what's his name? Zero. Ain't no honor amongst thieves. That don't work. that don't work right there. I suggest you get real brotherhood in I.S.U.P.K. That works.
And Salak.
Come on with it, K out of war.
And Salak, just real fast, if I could just add on to what's everything that's being said. I hear a lot of talking like they try to blame like the drill music for the brothers killing brothers, right? They try to say like drill music is a reason for the violence and stuff like that, right? When like I grew up like in the early 90s with like Chris Cross and you know what I mean, and Queen Latifah, and it was violence back then, right? So I know like it's just an expression of artwork. So it ain't the music, it ain't the artwork, it's just the lack of brotherhood.
Lack of nut. Give them a hand, man. You understand? You're right. It didn't change. They were doing all the break dancing back then and still stabbing each other.
Shalakia.
Come on with it.
If I could just pick it back up what Kiara Ward said, it's so heavy. You know what I'm saying? You take it back even further. Like people have this image in their mind that like the ghetto is like, you know, just was always this beautiful, at some point was better, right? Like in the 60s or the 50s, it was all good, but like it was, you know, it's always been the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like Alpo and all them dudes in the 80s, they was, you know what I'm saying, dancing to like Melba Moore and, you know what I'm saying, and Janet Jackson, you know what I mean, and still was like murdering each other. So the media and everything, all the different tactics they use ain't got nothing to do with, like the brother said, it's a pure lack of brotherhood, which, you know what I'm saying, we always are going to have in captivity, no matter what music is playing or movies or whatever. None of that is relevant. So like,
y'all brothers all on it, man. You own it. Let me get the book of Ecclesiasticus 12 and 8, Baba Kushah. Kawal, do me a favor, Baba Kushah, brother. Come here for a second, please, sir. I want you to read this for me. Here we go.
Khan, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 8.
At the bottom.
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
A what?
A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
A friend can be known in prosperity, right? Read on.
And an enemy cannot be hid in adversity.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart.
So break that down for me. Start at verse 8. Who wanna take that on? Who got it?
Shalakia, sir, I'll take it.
Come on, Yonazar.
Come on, Khan. So a friend, like if you're doing well, right? Everybody's your friend. So you can't really see who your enemies is because you got money. I remember the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes had this song called "Where Are All My Friends." When he used to have money and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was cool with him. But
that's the one that go friends.
Yeah, this is back in the 70s.
Oh, my man. Whole.
It's like it, sir. But in other words, sir, like if you're doing well, it's just like we was talking about the rich man earlier, right? Like they hate each other. They're not really friends. They just respect each other's power and their position.
Right.
So when you have money or you have success, everybody's your friend. So you can't tell who your enemies are. But when you lose that money or you lose that wealth, then you know. You understand what I'm saying? Who your enemies really are and who your friends are as well.
So that honor amongst thieves things really that ain't real.
It's not.
Even the scripture just gave it to you right there. It was all good just a week ago. Read verse 9.
Khan, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus.
The water, Yonazar.
Chapter 12, verse 9. And the prosperity of a man enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart.
What does that mean?
Salak.
Come on.
Salak. Like how the brother was saying, when you up, everybody your friend, but when you down, everybody kicking you while you down there. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you now, you ain't know. That's when you know when your real friends is around. That's a lot.
Be careful who you call friend. Be careful who you call friend. We build brotherhood and sisterhood in I.S.U.P.K. And we want them heathens to understand that we are not like nobody else that's in the goddamn earth. We have to represent that wholeheartedly. And if you're not going to do that, then you're part of the problem. We put our lives on the line when we go out and teach the truth. We put our everything, our essence of manhood, and fight our demons and overcome them and tell Satan to kiss our ass. I need brothers and sisters that's going to do the damn same. And you can get that strength in I.S.U.P.K. Iron sharpen iron, if I'm not mistaken. And we all got perfect examples of brothers that's above us to say, you know what? That brother doing it. That sister doing it. Now, I suggest you get close to them and you call them your what? Call them your friend.
It's like, so
come on with it, Mahayo.
It's like I might have missed it, so I just wondered if you already have pulled Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 7.
Please come on with it. You got it, brother.
Come, this book of Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Break it down for me.
It's like, if I could, it's whenever we meet people, especially amongst black people, it's easy for us to connect with one another. You know what I'm saying? And put a title, you know what I'm saying, on somebody real quick when they haven't even, shown us what they about. You know what I'm saying? Showing us what they willing to stand for, and showing us, whether or not they even, give their life for you. And that's what, that's what happened in the black community. So we'd be so quick to call each other friends, and come to find out when that pressure get to come and, pipes get to busting, you get to see what people really made about. You know what I'm saying?
Cause you know what that friendship is really built on in the world? Wickedness. It's easy to get a friend. If roll up, homie. You got 5? I got 5 on it. Yeah. They gonna link up real quick. Girl, what you gonna do tonight? I'm gonna put my freakum dress on. They gonna hit the club together. The one night stands that they have in college. You talking about, well, I only been with 3 people. Your body count through the goddamn roof. Your best friend know it. Your mama know it too. Your daddy know he raised the hoe. He would be the first one to know. You understand? See, them are the little secrets that you have friends the whole damn life. And then you invite them to your wedding. And what? Living by the scripture, know you've been married for a long time.
Salaki.
Come on with it.
Can we show them what a friend is in the scriptures out of one?
Baba Kwasha, let's do it.
Khan. This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 13.
Now, this is a friend. Pay attention out there, all you Bible thumpers. Read.
Khan. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
That's love, y'all. And if we have that type of love, that thing that you would do, you do not do because you love your brother, then you got something special. And guess who sees it? Them heathens see it. Going right back from the top. If them heathens know that we have brotherhood and sisterhood, they won't die around that corner. There ain't nobody coming around that corner. If they know we serving our power and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, they not coming around that corner. But they'll sit back and they'll wait to the first sign of weakness. That first ounce of there's a disagreement between a brother or sister, and here it comes. You better believe it. We have the task of like I said earlier, the evil can lock in with evil, right? Wrong lock in with wrong. But brothers and sisters in I.S.U.P.K, you had a task of going out there telling somebody who's evil to be righteous. That's a hell of a task, God. You get what I'm saying? Your Christian pastor, you think he's teaching righteousness in that goddamn church? Why you think there's so many members in there? because he giving them soft words. He not telling them the truth. He allowing them to keep coming there so them pockets can stay fat. Before we get up out of here, man, y'all give me like 2 more minutes. Y'all mind, Baba Kushaw? Everybody, what? I want Kawal. Kevin I thought sent me this earlier, and I just wanted to read this line. We was talking about it's an article, and I later on the night, Lord willing, I'll put it in the chat for North Carolina. But it's an article, and it's based on the depopulation of the black man here in America, in the black community, and it give different strategies about how the oppressor has dealt with us wisely. But that was a article that came out, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. Akim, I'm just gonna have Kawal read a couple lines from that article, and I'll make sure that Akim get it, Lord willing, by the end of the night. All right.
This is from the article, Double Agents, Coons, and the Social Psychology of Depopulation. When you have heard lies for so long from the oppressor you trust, you will be hard-pressed to believe the truth. That is how indoctrination works. And your denial serves as protective mechanism to keep the lies in place while protecting the oppressor who uses them to oppress you.
It says your denial, man. So your denial that you're not an Israelite actually keeps you oppressed. Your denial that you know what brotherhood and what changes our lives actually keeps us in oppression, because you're preserving the oppressor. You get what I'm saying? Our crimes preserves his way of life. You break a window, you steal something, you go in before that judge, guess what? That crime that you commit, guess what? That police officer, guess what? He's getting overtime because that window that you broke. He's going to ensure that his daughter goes to college. When you go before the judge, when the judge sitting there rendering his judgment, guess what? That doctor that's in your community, that's charging you double and giving you bad prescriptions, guess what? He came from you breaking that goddamn window. Our lack of a moral character perpetuates this lifestyle that that bastard can live. You understand? Read on, Kawal.
Harriet Tubman could have freed more slaves if they had realized they were slaves, if they had realized captivity, their women being raped, their men being breeders, beaten by a slave master, and separation of their families was not the natural normal order of things. But many slaves with no real sense of identity could not fathom what I have just told you.
They had no sense of what? What didn't they have, Kawal? No sense of what? Identity, right? So the fact that you don't know that you're an Israelite alone and keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments is the fabric of America, man. Your denial and not knowing our cultural differences allows them to perpetuate their rulership over us, man. Read on.
And so it is today. The same for those black people stuck in mental slavery. The same people who are comfortable in being taken care of by Massa's self-worth crushing entitlement program handouts. The same people in power, only because Massa says so and not having any power over him, they are the hopping bobs amongst us.
Kanye West.
The hopping bob among us.
Puff Diddy.
They are the hopping bobs among us.
Roland Martin.
They are the hopping bobs among
Steve
us.
Snaggletooth, big beard, suit wearing, alligator shoe. Steve Harvey.
They are the hopping bobs among us.
What is his name? Al. What's it? The one that used to be like 800 pounds. And he was back in the Civil War.
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton. Come on.
They are the hopping bobs.
The hopping bobs, man.
See the movie Life, for example. They are loyal to Massa and do what they are told and will only appear to help their people while actually working against us.
Appear to help their people. There's a separation. It didn't say help everybody. It said their people. Read on.
They are those of yesteryear would have told Massa when we were escaping the plantation.
Massa. There you go right there. I sees him right there. He had on a purple shirt with fringes on the bottom of it. Yeah. Go ahead, Salaki.
And they will do the same thing today. There you have it. Enough to get you thinking, researching the truth, resisting extermination, and maybe even establishing a counterplan. helping your own people, saving our unborn children, and building your independence. And while I do not make the claim that this article covers it all, it does cover enough to open the eyes of many African Americans who want to see. Wake up, people. Wake up before their plan makes it where you can't.
That's for us.
Slakia, sir.
Come on with it, Yonazar.
Can I offer a precept?
Come on with it. It's the last one, all right? Come on with it.
Khan, this is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 12. Mm-hmm. But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep.
There you go. So when you talk about them knowing that if we're not serving our God, we're like fish in a barrel, if I may. And they shooting down in there with a 12-gauge shotgun. It is loaded full of buckshots. They're not missing us. They're not missing us at all. We have to wake up and see what this oppression really is. And Kenyatta Ward hit the nail on the head with that one, brother. That brotherhood and really being able to live by it is how we do it. That's how we do it. Really being able to love each other and forgive each other. If it's something wrong, go to counsel. You can fix it, man. Because there's too many of us out here dying over nothing.
Right.
All right. And with that, I'm going to turn the class over and preach and prophet of the Lord. Kawal, Office of 1,000, Kawal Yahweh, Most High in Christ.
With the I.S.U.P.K start on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, on the convention YAHANNA. New rules for brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Time, which is a commandment, find this in Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 to 10, pronounced Ma'ashra, means 10% in Hebrew. 10% of every increase of any penny of increase the Lord gives you, gives to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. It's a free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations right now. We have Feast of Tabernacles. We had the opening. The closing is Monday, the 17th October. You can find us in Leviticus 23, verse 34 to 44. Also, to get ready to check out Commander G. Black House. Coming on every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, I believe. Also, to get ready to plan accordingly to go down to Houston for the 30 South Cookout. October 27th through the 30th, I believe. Yeah, we go to I.S.U.P.K Houston. Contact you can't believe you can make arrangements for meetings and get down there. Also, radio shows, Chain Records podcast, you know what I'm saying? Guru to Shut Up, Asking Prophets, all that, right? If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf.
Hold on. One more thing. Just throw it out there. We will be breaking ground in Fayetteville, North Carolina this weekend, Lord willing. This weekend, we will be setting up camp in Fayetteville, North Carolina, man. Be there, be square. You know what I'm saying?
Israel, we're my persons and sisters. In Israel, I'm Shabbat. Shabbat. Class dismissed.